Hey, this is Chris, and with me I got,
Chris.
and we're doing well, a little bit of a debate today on Trump
Yes.
and how happy and mighty we are that he won, and that
Mhm.
the liberals are crying their eyes out right now. That's
Oh yeah.
sweet revenge from the last 4 years we had to put up with.
Mhm.
That's one thing I never got. It's like they always try and complain, but yet we dealt with 4 years of Biden. And then before that, we had Trump. And then before that, we had to deal with 8 years of
Obama.
Obama's dumb butt.
Mhm.
But again, we had to deal with it. It's an election. What's to stop the next 8 years after Trump having a Democrat for 8 years?
Yeah.
We have to suffer through it. Why can't they just deal with it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Why do they have to be a bunch of sore losers?
just because we have control of the Senate and the House and the courts
Yeah.
and the White House doesn't mean anything at all. It's not like we're going to gloat about it.
Right.
Okay, I'm wrong. We are going to gloat. Very, very, very much we're going to gloat.
Oh yeah.
Because there's literally nothing that he can't get done now.
Mhm.
If they're going to try to say, oh, the courts need to weigh in on this, well, it's easy if you got the courts to say, yay, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And then the House, the Senate, clearly he helped them all get elected. So,
Mhm.
come on, do you really think Trump's the type to say, hey, you owe me now? I know I would,
Yeah.
but that's just me. I can't talk for Trump, but I know he's a good man.
Yeah.
More than people give the man credit.
Absolutely.
Many people don't know all the good stuff that that man did before he was president.
Yeah.
And I find it so funny, all these like Oprah and Ellen DeGeneres, all these people had Trump on there before he was even a president.
Yeah.
They loved him.
Mhm.
Here's my friend,
Yep.
Donald Trump. My friend,
Mhm.
Maury Popovich, even. My friend, Donald Trump. They all always said friend.
Yep.
But the second the man wanted to run for office, he's enemy Trump.
He's Hitler number 2.
Yeah, as they've called him many times. But, I don't get why they're so teed off that he won. The liberals are acting like freaking kids, like tantrums.
Yeah.
If you look it up, man, they're like, why?
Mhm.
Like they're crying. Like the world's coming to an end. So, like I said, all the good stuff he's done, like he's paid off, like that kid that had AIDS.
Yeah, Ryan White.
Ryan White, yeah. Like paid for his funeral and gave his family money.
Yeah.
But
you got to look for that. They don't have that out and about for everyone to see.
Yeah, it's just like companies when you work for them.
Yeah.
Which I could really down a few, and I'm sure you could too.
Mm-hmm.
The companies out there know who they are, by the way.
Yeah.
They can look at all the good stuff you do and all the not so good stuff that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to highlight the not so good things that you did.
Cancel out the good stuff.
Yeah, like let's say you did 100 good things, and you might have did one or two things that they didn't like.
Yep.
But they'll be like, oh no, that's not important what you do. Yeah, it's not important because it doesn't suit what you was wanting to use it for.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same thing with politics.
Mm-hmm.
They look at all the stuff that he's done, like good stuff he's done, and then they're looking at, oh, well, he did this and that.
Yeah.
It's like, really? You know, at least he's not going around sniffing little kids.
Yeah.
Like somebody, yeah. like somebody. Or at least he doesn't cackle like a freaking hyena. Like, and like Harris.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hillary, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, there is 2 women, whoever you are, if you see this video, they do a dead-on Kamala Harris.
Oh, do they?
I've heard some people call her Camel Toe Harris, even.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Or Kamala Harris, or Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they call it. I mean, if you look up what her first name means in Hindu, I think it is in Hindi, it means like devil, pretty much.
Yeah.
Kamala.
Yeah.
Has to make you think. I mean, everybody knows how that woman made it to the top.
Mm-hmm.
There's no lying.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just face it, that woman's a hoe. She is a hoe.
Yeah. With the capital H.
And I love those t-shirts, man. It says, Joe and the hoe gotta go. And the American people have spoken. Joe and the hoe gotta go.
I would wear a shirt like that.
I can't find one. I was looking for one.
Oh, yeah.
I have the Make America Great Again hat, and I got that t-shirt with him doing the fist bump with the blood running down his face. I still think that's what put him over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a half a centimeter from being dead.
Yeah.
If he had not turned his head like 1 inch, and it hit his ear instead of like the back of his head,
yeah,
we'd be having a different conversation right now, and there would probably be tanks in the street right now.
Yeah.
Which I have full confidence that's what would have happened.
Yeah. But just 2 things right off the bat that we can look forward to is jobs back, because he's going to be booting out the illegals.
Yeah, and one thing that is not talked about, he's talking about doing away with the IRS.
Oh, really?
No more taxes. See, everybody looks at tariffs like, oh, it's bad. Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
If he does away with the IRS, and you don't have to pay federal income taxes, but you pay just a little bit more with the tariffs on certain large goods, it's not as bad as people think. Because if the IRS is gone, guess what? No more taxes. Everything you make, you get.
Yeah.
Only thing you have to pay for is your insurance, if you have any.
And he's going to pull the plug on this gender crap in the schools.
Yeah. They're talking about doing away with the Department of Education as well.
Oh, really?
Doing away with the Department of Education, doing away with anything that has to do with diversity hires.
Yeah.
And all the transgender crap's going out the window.
Yep.
And more controversial stuff that I've heard that's going to happen, which I can't say that I'm against it, is in certain states that's Republican held, they're already looking at getting rid of no-fault divorce. Because now you can just go in and say, oh, I want a divorce. I'm not happy. Which, I mean, we can get into that another time, but
yeah.
I mean, we're both Christian, Catholic Christians. We have our beliefs on marriage.
Yeah.
You know, one thing God hated was divorce. And I think that the liberals have made it way, way, way too easy. Not to say Ronald Reagan didn't do a bad thing in California when he was governor. He's the one who created it in California first.
Yeah.
No-fault divorce. So I can't squarely put it all on the liberals, but across the board, liberal or Republican, it really has nothing to do with that. has to do with Christianity, with those who believe in God and believe in Christ. And that's something that's totally different. It transcends politics.
Yeah.
And it's too easy for people to get a divorce this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says, "Oh well, you're not happy," blah blah blah. Nowhere in the Bible does it say anything has anything to do with happiness.
Yeah.
It says to love, and love is not a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That's what in the entirety of civilization has been brainwashed over the last 1,000 years to believe, is that happiness is a feeling, but it's not. It's a choice.
Right.
You choose to love someone.
Yeah.
And that's a commandment. You're commanded, it says, to love your wife. Nowhere in the Bible does it say your wife is to love you, but it says that your wife is to respond to that love. It's called agape. It means respond to that love.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're supposed to love, and she's supposed to respond to that love with, what we would call respect nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It all has to do with respect. Love, respect goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Because how men feel love is through respect.
Yeah.
If we're respected, that makes us feel loved. You have us forever, as long as you respect us.
Yeah.
Now, we know that women want romance, love,
Mm-hmm.
holding and holding hands and intimacy.
Yeah.
That's how women feel loved. Men feel loved through respect.
Yeah.
Got a little off topic, but anyway, as Christians, we do believe that God chooses who's the president, who's a king, like King Charles. It was his time to be a king.
Mm-hmm.
He was chosen for some reason, either good or bad.
Yeah.
God chose that. God chose Biden for 4 years. Now God's given us Trump back.
Yeah.
God uses people. Now, you may not agree with how Trump says his stuff. He may not be a perfect man, but nobody is.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand. They think to be a politician, you have to be perfect. You got to be political. I think that's stupid. I think political is just a polite name for fake.
Yeah.
You're being fake to get elected.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Saying what you think people want to hear instead of speaking your mind and using your God-given rights of freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
Trump, you may not like what he says, but he's being straightforward.
Yeah.
You ask him certain questions without a hitch, man. He's like, no, yeah, I'm doing this or that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not lying.
Yeah.
Even J.D. Vance, I got respect for the man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, he said some bad stuff about Trump, but he said, you know what? I got to know him, and it's all lies.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nowhere, we've been friends for 25 years. Do you think we've seen eye to eye on every little thing? No.
Oh.
So, I mean, what's everybody's problem? I don't get that. It's like, how can you try to think that everybody has to be perfect to be a politician?
Yeah.
Trump's not perfect. That's probably why he got elected, because guess what? He reminds people of a regular, everyday Joe.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, he's a billionaire, but he's done a lot of good with his money.
Mm-hmm.
Besides having to shell out billions and billions of dollars for crap he didn't do, for a bunch of felonies that he didn't commit.
Yeah.
And it's like they're all crying now, like, oh, Trump's gonna weaponize the DOJ. What the heck did they do to him? I don't blame him. Go after him.
Right.
They tried to put him in jail. They went to his home, and this is how sick those liberal FBI agents who had control. You know what they did when they raided his house in Mar-a-Lago? Melania said, "This is disgusting." Some of those FBI agents was going through her underwear.
Wow.
And she said that there was dozens of pairs of her underwear missing when they left.
Wow.
The FBI left. So what do you think those freaking dirty pervs are doing with her underwear? Yeah, exactly.
But no, you're right. You're right.
I mean, who does that? It's like, I mean, I can see him. I mean, she's a good-looking woman, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
God knows the FBI agents wouldn't be doing that crap for Jill Biden's freaking underpants. That's for sure.
Nope.
They'd see hers, man. They'd probably smell and then freaking
Yeah.
throw them and freaking light them on fire.
Yeah, man, this.
You probably wouldn't even need gasoline. She's so evil.
Yeah.
I mean, Melania, she's a nice woman.
Yeah.
She's raised a nice kid, Barron.
Yeah.
She's graceful. She dresses nice. She tips more than $50 at a Waffle House.
Wow.
Yeah, Joe Biden went to Waffle House after that debate that he failed at.
Mm-hmm.
He gave him a tip of $50. Shoot, man, when Trump goes in places, he gives them like $500 a piece.
Wow.
He's like giving out money to all of them.
Yeah. Wow.
And I mean, the Bidens, they got money.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the fact, I just heard today, did you hear he pardoned his son?
Yeah.
He pardoned him. So to pardon someone, that has to admit that they have guilt.
Yeah.
That's it. That's acknowledging the fact that they had guilt to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So let's see here. You had to pardon him because he committed felonies.
Yeah.
I don't see Trump pardoning himself, although, I seriously would if I got in office. And if I was accused of that crap.
Yeah.
So they couldn't try any funky crap when I left office.
Right. Yeah.
But with any luck, hopefully, since we have the Senate and the House, he's going to overturn an amendment and rerun again.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
He could do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a constitutional amendment, but he could.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to do some research in that, but it was instituted after FDR.
Okay.
FDR was one of the only presidents who ran 4 terms.
Yeah.
He was almost in office. I think he was starting on his 4th or 5th term.
Yeah.
And he died in office.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see. He died in 44, I think. So 40 to 44 would have been 1. 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 2. Yeah, I think he was starting on his 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So he was starting on his... He was in for about 13 years, I think.
Yeah. About, yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Trump can do it, though. We wouldn't mind having him in there for another 4 years if he's got it in him.
No.
I mean, at 80-something years old, man, he's going to be more spry than Biden.
Yeah.
Here's Biden, man. He doesn't know where he's walking half the time.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I don't know. But, let us know what you guys think about this. I mean, we think it's freaking awesome that he won. I mean, nothing short of a miracle. I mean, one thing I was looking at was who voted for him and who didn't vote for him. And now, which we can get the, anybody who comments, you be white, black, Hispanic, Asian, we welcome everything. But for some reason, they said that black women voted for Kamala Harris, overwhelmingly voted.
Yeah.
And now they're blaming white women for voting for Trump. They're saying that white women betrayed black women by voting for Trump.
That's always something, man. Always something.
And I mean, that's what separates, the liberals from conservatives. We need to talk about race.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of people on here who have no problem talking about race.
Right.
One that I've seen and that I've done research on is, his name's Roland Martin.
Mm.
Now, he's very, very racist against white people. In fact, he wrote a book called White Fear, thinking that we all are afraid of black people, so we voted for Trump or we vote for Republicans. I swear, if that dude did his research, who do you think created the Ku Klux Klan? It wasn't the conservatives. It was the Southern Democrats that raised up the Klan. Democrats. Who do you think created the Jim Crow laws that y'all talk about all the time?
Yeah.
Democrats. So, I mean, they really need to stop and think.
Yeah.
Lincoln was the one who freed slavery.
Mm-hmm.
The first black senator, guess what he was? Republican. Conservative. So, I mean, I think most of black people, black men specifically, who voted for Trump, I think they're finally getting off the plantation that the Democrats have had them on.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me about what the Democrats have said about black people, do me a favor. Look up Bill Clinton's eulogy at Senator Byrd, BYRD, his funeral. Listen to it and leave a comment. Or look up what Lyndon Johnson, President Johnson, said, the one who took over after Kennedy was assassinated, and see what he said about black people, about the Civil Rights Act. He said, we will have those N-words voting for us for the next 100 years. We will have them voting for us.
Yep.
They used blacks. They used them. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the Democrats use black people. They don't give a crap. And it's like, they always say, well, the white people are keeping us down.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrats are keeping you down. Democrats are the ones who want you on Medicaid, who want you to have a free phone, who want you to have free internet, who want you to have free everything.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's easier to control someone when they don't have money, when they're not earning money. They control you.
Yeah.
When you got those food stamps and Obama phones, Section 8 housing, when you get all those social safety nets, they are holding you down. It's like Jim Crow 2.0.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, oh man, I want free stuff. I hate to say it, but nothing in life is free.
Right.
Do you know who's paying for Medicaid, food stamps, all those social safety nets? Now, I'm not saying that people don't need those things, but those were created for temporary.
Yeah.
Not for something to be on lifetime. There are certain people out there who have been on these assistance programs for 3 generations or more.
Yeah. Just milking it.
That is slavery. You are quite literally living in slavery. You are living in a poor area, getting barely enough money to survive. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to have something more than a cheap Obama phone that you have to watch your minutes? Wouldn't it be easier to go out and get a nice job, earn money, and be able to have something nice, go to school, do what you want to do? It's a land of opportunity. Use it. Nobody's holding you back. I was freaking poor growing up. I had a small television that big. You can ask him. I grew up poor. People were making fun of the clothes you wear at school.
Yeah.
Because you're wearing Walmart brand. I went to school and tried to prove everybody wrong. But I mean, that's a bunch of why we are conservative, because values. That's where it all lies at, between conservatives and Democrats, between Trump and Biden.
Yeah.
Is values. What do you want? What kind of values do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want old-fashioned values, or do you want woke value?
Old-fashioned, big time.
And I mean, that's the big problem with Democrats. I mean, they pushed it too far.
Yeah.
I mean, they had LGBT rights, but they pushed it more than that.
Yeah.
They said, oh, we want, men to go in women's restrooms.
Yeah.
We want to allow transsexuals in the military.
Yeah.
You look at Russia's military and you look at that, man, they're going to laugh. Hey, wow, we get to go up against a bunch of men who want to dress like women? This is going to be fun and easy at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, could you imagine a transgendered Green Beret? A transgendered Navy SEAL?
No. Or an
Who's
Army Ranger or something?
Yeah. Could you imagine that?
Be like Sally Can't Dance from Con Air.
Or Buffalo Bill?
Yeah.
It's like, geez, somebody's gonna walk into a tent and see a soldier trying to tuck his junk in between and taking a selfie.
Yeah.
It's like, geez, man, what's that going to do for morale?
Yeah. And who are these guys thinking they're fooling? Like, they grow their hair out, they have women clothes on, but they have a 5 o'clock shadow.
Exactly. It's like the bearded lady or something.
Yeah.
And these guys wearing high heels, and you can see hair on their legs.
Yeah, hairy back and shit or stuff, and it's like, you're not fooling anybody.
This woke crap is stupid. I mean, stupid. I mean, for the longest time, that was a mental illness, and hopefully, again, it's going to be considered a mental illness.
Yeah.
It's called gender dysphoria.
Mm-hmm. That's why they need to bring God back into life, because they say, well, I was born a man, but I feel like I'm a woman inside. It's like, God doesn't make mistakes. You know,
No.
You do that stuff, it's almost like you're slapping God right across the face. You don't want to do that.
I mean, I don't... It's like I was telling him, you know, the whole transgender thing, that used to be a weird kink that you never seen or heard of, and I remember in high school, man, we made fun of that crap. Like, we didn't even think it was real.
Yeah. Like, when we were growing up, we're from the 80s, 90s, 2000s. When we were growing up, it was only gay or straight.
Yeah, you either was a innie who liked innies, or you was a outie who liked outies,
Yeah.
or you was innie who likes outies.
And then RuPaul came around, where men started dressing in drag, but it wasn't nearly as bad and out of control it is now. Where
Yeah, it used to be, you know, drag was like they used to do it just for fun. Now it's everywhere.
yeah,
And they let kids get in on it, and they're trying
Yeah.
to teach kids. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't want some teacher asking my kid, oh, what do you identify as? What's your pronouns?
right,
Like, I mean, if someone's a man, I'm gonna say sir.
yeah,
I'm not gonna play into someone's their mental illness. I'm not gonna go along with their deniability.
their delusion.
Yeah, it's delusional. If you go along with delusions, that makes you just as culpable as they are, because you're going along with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, call it out. Call a spade a spade.
Yeah.